What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to talk about how well do you actually execute your strategy each and every single day. Now, I have a few strategies that I use on a day in and day out basis that I teach to members at Evolution Traders. Again, if you guys would like to join the room, I've got one spot available. That link is down in the description box below. But I wanted to kind of highlight something to everyone on YouTube that I did for everyone today in real time as the market was kind of going on. And it's probably something that I'm going to continue to do because I believe that a lot of times traders kind of get away from their strategy when they don't see something happening in front of their face right this moment. And what tends to happen is when you have a strategy and you have specific areas to buy and sell stock or options or futures, you guys will see these opportunities that maybe happened 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. And while you're looking at the charts, maybe something's not necessarily going on. But then in your head, you start to make up different scenarios where maybe there might be a trade here, or if we take out this new low of day, maybe I can take it for a little bit of a scalp, which in turn is differentiating from what you actually set out to do, if that makes sense. So again, one of the strategies that I teach is these 20 plays that we call, anything over under the 20 SMA, where if we're trading above the 20 SMA and now we suddenly lose a 20 SMA and we get that confirmation, that could be indicating to us that it's a short-term change in trend. Now, once you have a strategy, meaning you've got an edge where you're looking for something specific to happen, then from there, what you need to kind of work on is risk management, right? Position sizing. So based on what account size that you have is going to tell you what your risk management should be, what realistic goals you should have. So when it comes down to how well are you following your strategy and how well are you letting the strategy play out to full stop loss or take profit, is what's making you either a consistent trader or a non-consistent trader. It's going to make you it's going to turn someone who maybe is all over the place into someone who can kind of manage their account a lot better and start to make actual profits and start to pull out money. So let's get into what I was looking at here. If we just use a one-to-one, which is what I try to teach, let's use that one-to-one first. If we can't make one-to-one return on investment, then we can't make 2R, we can't make 3R, we can't make 4R. We can always size up, we can always make more money per trade. So in these particular situations, I always like to start at the bottom and use those examples. And then if you want to make more money, you can always scale up by adding more contracts. You can always scale up by looking for 2R, 3R, 4R. But for the sake of backtesting, for the sake of building a trading plan, let's use the NASDAQ futures as an example. Let's use one micro contract as the example, and let's use a one-to-one R to R as the example. So for example, the first play setup here, and I know it's going to be a little bit fuzzy for you guys to see, but again, if you guys are joining and you guys are in Evolution Traders, all of this stuff is going to be laid out for you. So I just want to give you guys on YouTube a little bit of a recap via voice audio. So basically, we had the first setup that came off the open. The max pain on this stop loss was 70 points. Most of you guys out there right now are thinking, wow, I would never take a trade for 70 points. I would never. There's no way I can make money on it. There's no way that, I'll be able to handle the drawdown. Well, if you traded one micro contract and you gave yourself a 70-point stop loss using a 1-bar stop system on this particular setup, because each setup is going to be different. It's very dynamic. Sometimes you might have a stop loss of 15 points. Other times in this particular scenario, you have a stop loss of 70 points. So we're always targeting a one-to-one on our trades. We want a little bit better than 55-60% win rate on this strategy. Again, if you played one micro contract, giving up 70 points on a potential loss is $140. That's not that big of a deal, guys. $140 on one potential trade. So if we're going to give up 70 points, what are we looking for? We're looking for 70 points. On this particular entry confirmation, you do get your take profit. 70 points times one micro contract is around 100 and whatever this is, $140 profit on the 70 points. Trade number 2 that presented itself, your max pain was 22 points. So if you're trading one micro contract, you're looking to lose $40 on this potential trade, or you're looking to make $40 on this potential trade. Here was your entry and the price target hit for 22 points on one micro contract. So at this point in time, this is today's price action from the 6th of December. You would potentially be up over 90 points on two potential trades on the day. Let's go ahead and look at the trade 3. Trade 3 was a loser to the long side. Entry was definitely stopped out. However, I did explain something a little bit later on in the day that I'll touch on right now. When you can start to see a downtrending day, we want to avoid the long setups and we want to wait for the short setups. When there's a long trending day, we definitely want to avoid the short setups and only stick with the long setups. If we're in an area of consolidation, chop, or distribution where the market's really not going anywhere, it's not making a new high or a new low, you tend to want to sit on your hands a little bit more and only take 1 to 2 trades. And depending on if you win or lose, kind of stop on the day and understand that it's not the best price action to trade. But today was a clear downtrending day, so the opportunities were more to the short side. But again, for the sake of the experiment, for the sake of the backtesting, we have to log the trade. It was a losing trade. After 3 total trades taken, if all 3 setups were taken, you would be up still 70 points on the NAS. Trade 4 was a winner at 1-to-1 R to R using the 5-minute time frame. 26 points. We are now back in the profit, 96 points on one micro, which is $192 just trading one pure micro and taking 4 trades on the day. If you were trading 2 micros, you would be up $384. So again, as I scroll down, you can start to see more trade setups that kind of confirm. There was one trade setup that confirmed to the long side here. Again, was a stop out for around 25 points. So if we were up 90 plus points, we're back down to that 75 points that we made on that first initial trade, scratching out the 2 middle trades. There was one last setup to the short side that did confirm. It confirmed again for around 22 points, taking you from 70 points in the profit to around 90 points in the profit. And it actually went down a lot farther than that. But again, if we are targeting that 1-to-1, we're definitely going to take our profits when we get them. So you can see here that on the short setup, we came down and tagged the area once. And then I also started to post up how you can start to stick to the trends. Look at from the start of the open, we put in 1 lower high, 2 lower highs, 3 lower highs, 4 lower highs, 5 lower highs. As you look at the chart in the day, you can see that there's a definite downtrend. So why would we take long setups? Absolutely not. Let the long setups go. Play the short setups. Let the long setups go. Play the short setups. Let the long setups go. Play the short setups. This is a clear downtrending day that you should have been able to identify relatively quickly after the first couple hours of the market, seeing that we're making new lower highs. And the only way that would change anything is if we took out a previous swing high on a bounce, which we never did. So we want to stick to the trend of those lower highs and continue to take the trades. So again, if you were following this strategy, or maybe you guys have been listening to me on YouTube and you guys have been trying to implement the 20 SMA strategy using the 1-bar stop system and using that kind of 1-to-1 take profit, why were you not profitable if you were not profitable today? How well are you sticking to your trading plan? How well are you executing? Because remember, as a trader, your job is to 1, manage risk, and your job 2 is to execute. So if you want to be a good trader and you want to make money and you want to make a lot of money, well, then you better be darn well at executing trades when it aligns with your trading plan. And if you're not executing trades based on your trading plan, and you're not respecting your risk management, and you're not respecting your 1-to-1 take profits, your 1-to-1 risk to reward, then how do you expect to be a profitable trader if you can't do the simple things that need to be done? And the simple things that need to be done is A, taking trades when you get them, when they align with your strategy, and B, letting them work out until full stop loss or full take profit. Now, again, Is every day going to be profitable? Of course not. Are you going to take 4 or 5 trades, 6 trades in a day, and then kind of break even and then maybe finish the day red? Sure, that's obviously going to happen. This is a game of probabilities. You're not always going to win. And remember, when we have an overall strategy and an overall win rate that should be hitting anywhere over 55, 60% of the time, you are going to get those days where you do finish red. But how well do you handle those days when you finish red? Do you stick to your strategy, or do you go back to doing the things that got you, all squeamish in the first place? Over trading, doubling your size after a loss, trying to make it back, taking way too many trades that don't align with your trading plan, putting too many contracts on, looking at different instruments when you don't trade, the ES, now you're trading that. When you trade the ES, now you're trading the NASDAQ. When you're trading the NASDAQ and all of a sudden you're jumping over to oil. Stick to the same instruments, stick to the same setups, get familiar with the price action, get familiar with the take profits, get familiar with what it feels like to lose trades, get familiar with having losing days, get familiar and comfortable with having small days, get familiar and comfortable with having scratch days. But all in all, make sure we're keeping the lights on and have that capital to continue to trade tomorrow and the next day and the next week and the next month. If you guys are looking to kind of get access to this and you want to trade with me live in real time where I'm going over these strategies, you guys want to watch the live trading webinars or talk on voice chat, or you guys would like to get one-on-one mentorship, make sure you guys take advantage. I have one space available left to join Evolution Traders before the year is over. As soon as I get one more person to join, I'm probably going to close enrollment until 2024. So this is your last chance to kind of jump in the room right now. That link is down in the description box. I'll see all of you guys on the next video. To much success. To everyone else, make sure you give me a like, comment, and a follow. I'll see everyone later.